thank you for joining. Today I want to talk about worrying. I actually worry all the time. I tend to worry about things that aren't even really valid at that time, but I sometimes have learned to stop that racing mind, that anxiety. Oftentimes it can happen when I feel sick or that I have anxiety over an upcoming issue, thinking the worst will happen. So the best thing to do when you find that your mind is racing is to actually make a mental note of when you start to feel that way. Take 3 deep breaths. I know it's hard to do, but in that moment, take a breath, even if it's just one. When you close your eyes, take that breath into your body, it stops. It stops the mind from racing. And when that happens, you can sometimes touch base. If it's something where you don't have the facts, that's what you want to realize. Oftentimes when we worry, we're letting our mind run wild without really any factual evidence or reason to go that extra mile with our worries. And so by taking that breath, it really stops that pattern. Next, you want to address, after acknowledging that you're in that zone, what it is that you're really worried about. And if you really are ready to make a conclusion, if you haven't seen the doctor, or if you haven't seen your friend, or you really don't know, then you know that you're just creating this inner anxiety. And it's not a great habit. It definitely increases your stress level, inflammation, and leads to all types of bad habits. So this is something I just wanted to talk about. We're going to follow this with a mindful meditation where we're going to work on anxiety and calming down our mind so that we know what's really true and fact and what we're really making up in our mind as a stressful anxiety. Thank you for joining me for this mindful meditation on worrying. And I was just thinking about how I tend to worry a lot, and I always tell myself it's going to be okay. And I love to start a meditation with aromatherapy. I find aromatherapy is a huge tool in helping center our mind. I've used these before, I've shared these before. This is our lavender lemon. It is wonderful for cleansing the space, and lavender and lemon in general are so nurturing when they're combined together, and it helps really relax our senses. I, of course, have shared, I'm a huge fan of eucalyptus. I love going a little deeper with the meditation, and I find that eucalyptus really helps transcend our mind and relax it. I love sleeping with eucalyptus spray. I find just right now I can smell it, and it's just so peaceful and calming. So I know I am preparing myself mentally. I, of course, love, who doesn't love a great candle? These are gem candles. Always pick a candle that resonates with you. I love these candles because there's a little bit of that healing gem energy work. And this is selenite with verbena. Talks a little bit about chakras. And lastly, I find it's a great opportunity to use gem masks, because while we're meditating, we can also be caring for our skin and caring for ourselves, which is so important, and combining health and beauty and wellness. This is our cucumber serum, and you can read about it, and such a relaxing product to apply on the skin. And I'm going to do this meditation seated up, but if I were you, I would recommend relaxing anywhere you can and taking a little nap, applying the product, taking a nap with our Jade Gem Mask. And now let's do the work. A lot of this meditation is focused on our mind and whether or not what we are worried about is real or whether we're making it up. And when your mind is racing, we need to stop. We need to calm down. The best way to do it is we're going to close our eyes. We're going to take deep breaths, at least 3. If you can, please, please. Take them slowly, take them longer. just from that one breath, I can feel so much tension. I can sense my mind relaxing. Let's try again. Fill your lungs. Hold it, let it go. Last one. The bigger the breath, the longer, the better the release. Let it go. Push the shoulders down. Stretch the neck. This is all about being aware of how our mind, our state of mind can just race, how our body can support that with the tension. So when we stop, when we take this moment, we're really checking in. Now we want to ask ourselves first what we're worried about. Is this something that occurred in our past? If it did, that's okay. Maybe we're still processing what we felt, what we went through. But the thought that you're worrying about, let's examine that. Is that something that really happened, what you are worried about? Is it what really happened? Or is it something because you're afraid? Are you imagining it? Is it something you are worried about in the future happening, but it hasn't happened? It's not part of that memory of whatever triggered you. Those are the questions we want to ask ourselves, we want to sit with. Continue to breathe through those questions. Realize that the mind, we all experience this, the mind does move quickly. It can imagine, it can have a different perception. It can be led by fear, by panic, by anxiety. And this is where we want to work through this exercise. The more we do this exercise, the more we'll be able to realize when our mind moves too quickly ahead. We need to stop, we need to breathe deeply. And just know that this is not our true self. This is not what is truly happening right now. This is just our imagination. We're going to recognize what this feeling feels like. Maybe it's the heart racing. Maybe it's the overstimulation. Your eyes are moving back and forth. You have visions coming through. Continue to breathe. Relax the body. When you're ready, you're going to slowly open your eyes. Sit with yourself a little bit, and I hope this helps you. This is something I face almost every day, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. And I hope this exercise is helpful. And just know you're not alone. We're working on this together, and I hope this helps you. It helps me. And just like I'm sharing this experience, if you need to share with a friend, please reach out to your friend. Get their perception on what you're feeling and see if you are imagining it, if you're just worried about something. And if anything, sometimes talking to another person about what's worrying us can help relax us too. Thank you so much. I hope this helps you.